What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today, man, we're gonna push for the actual more optimal team going for Broken Spaces 11, and that is with a double carry style team. Now, the big issue with what I have on my account is there's probably two heroes that would be better than a Hyperspace Hunter Isla Mach here. One of them being Fairy Queen Vesa, just simply because her healing is going to be absolutely insane and kind of necessary. She provides shields and healing, which is really important. If she's like your main carry hero on your account, it might be easier than using my Doom Terminator Vulcan like I'm doing. The other one that would be a really good pick is actually Phantoms of Fire Elena, especially considering you might just be able to dodge the attacks incoming from the Phorcys as well. If I apologize in these and I say focus instead of Phorcys, it's just me thinking about another game, similar style hero. Just remember, it's Phorcys who we're talking about, but Elena can be a really good support. However, this is pretty much the team that most people are running. You want to run super defensive on all your other supports here. You're going absolutely crazy with your damage on your Vulcan, and you're going to have two carries to hopefully lower Phorcys damage to 0. Now, you guys kind of saw what my previous damaging hits were like. They were not anything super great. However, this makes it so you can do in the hundreds of trillions here. You can see now we're down to 91%. I did like one quick attack here just to see. It's still going to take a lot of tickets to clear this out, but I'm going to spend the gems to get it done here today. So let's get this hit going. I'll show you guys exactly how it turns out. Sometimes you can still really whiff here when it comes to draining the energy on the enemy Phorcys, but if you do successfully drain it every single round, you're going to be in a much better spot. So again, we need actives kind of coming from the carries every single round. We need to keep him at 0, and if you keep him at 0, it's still a lot of damage that's incoming, but it's not as bad as it previously was. And you guys can see here, we just get energy back on all of our carries every single round. We got our Doom Terminator Vulcan essentially hitting 2 different enemies, killing them at the same time. Feels like the better way, because as good as single target boss damage is with Lord Fear Aspen, killing one at a time seems a little inefficient on this one, especially when you don't have things like defense down and all these other buffs. This seems to be working out really solid, and you can see here we haven't actually taken an active from Phorcys yet, which means the damage incoming is essentially negated by the Hyperspace Hunter Isla Mach with his shielding. One of the carries could always die here or there. You got to be careful with it, but again, we're getting all these nice beautiful buffs stacking up. You can see the little poison bubbles and everything on all of our heroes, so you can see we're doing pretty good until that happened right there. That Vulcan can still dish out some insanely crazy amounts of damage, and as you saw, it procced just about everybody on our team, and that is no bueno. That is not good for us. Honestly, the rest of the battle isn't that important. That was not a good hit. Usually we're in a lot higher damage ranges here, but again, it is purely RNG at this point, what you can and cannot do. And double carry seems to be the answer here, essentially. Again, you just got to watch these HP bars. You're hoping that both heroes never get actives. If you can prevent both of them from ever getting an active, you're going to be in a really good spot. If you ever fail to drain energy, that's when you have what we happen there, where our team becomes very vulnerable. Again, you gotta drain that energy as much as possible, keeping them down to 0 energy and having those marks under their feet so that even when they do get to 100, it goes to 0 is super important. Luckily though, having those marks under their feet, even though they're not like ready for an active that round, it can sometimes proc in the next round. And again, this is a big one round here. Round 5, we have to get these carries to drain their energy, otherwise we risk death very early on. And these carries do have an issue of keeping their health high as well, which becomes a problem as well. You can see we got the mark below both their feet, so the second they get to 100 energy, that is going to turn into 0, which was nice on the Vulcan. We got a pretty good snipe on a basic attack. I think our energy feed is a little bit disrupted here for some reason, and I don't know the reason necessarily, unless... Actually, I don't know why our feed is actually a little messed up. We have one hero... Oh, no, maybe it's fixed again? I don't know. Either way, we're actually to round 10 this time. Everybody's alive. Again, keeping Doom Terminator Vulcan alive the entire battle is the most important part of this. As long as we live, that's all that's important. Drain their energy from both. Yep. And this is how you're going to survive. Like, legit, you still need a strong account, but their HP pools are gigantic. So this is going to take a long time to kill these enemies off. It's going to be a little bit of an RNG fest as well. You can see they're both of them are at 0 energy. If we get those marks under those feet, the second they use their attacks, it's going to get zeroed out, zeroed out. That's what we want to see. We got 2 more rounds to go. The energy feed is perfectly set up too to let our Vulcan even have that round 1 active. And we go into the final round here. Everything should still be good. Our whole team is live, minus 1 carry. But hey, at this point, it doesn't really matter because we got our kill essentially, or rather we got to round 15 for Vulcan to do this big active right there. And yeah, that's the battle. So pretty solid damage. It can go even higher as well. It just depends on some of the RNG on your team and how it works. However, it's still going to take a lot, because if I'm going to buy 100 tickets to show you guys this right here, we're going to smash 100 out, or 105 to be exact. It's going to take a second because I'm going to calculate all this. Looks like it literally took us an extra 100 tickets. That probably means about 110, 120 for an account like mine, but the rewards just really don't feel worth it. I would not worry about pushing this content because, number one, the monthly carnival card, it only needs you to get to clear stage 7. That is super easy to do. This is possible, especially with the double carry lineup. The question is, could you actually build something a little different? I feel like the Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok is the thing. I think what you could do is, if for some reason you have a Fairy Queen Vesta, Giant Killer Fairy Queen Vesta as your main damage dealer, you can probably drop Doom Terminator Vulcan and Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok and substitute in maybe like a powerful Drake or maybe even a Heart Watcher, and maybe you can keep the team alive, or the Heart Watcher alive, in order to do more damage, but I really don't know. This seems to be one of the best kind of lineups to use. I really like the play with Elena as well. Honestly, if you had Elena on your team, you could probably drop one of the carries for an Elena. In reality, 1 carry should be enough if you get lucky, but this is kind of like, this is like the fallback plan, is if you need a second carry to get what you need, it does clear it out. But yeah, there is some flexibility. We'll have to see what everybody comes up with really cool skills. Again, that was like 120-ish tickets, somewhere in that ballpark. You saw what we previously did with 200, barely made a dent, down to like 92%. Like, it was really bad. And then you get a team like this that can do it, you get a much better result. So build some carries up if you need some support. That's how we did it. That's how we did it with a decent amount of tickets. Probably can do it even better than that, but I'll see you guys next time.